It was pretty good. It was quite enjoyable. I was really, really busy. You know, I didn't get to see much of New York. It was workshop after workshop, but it was quite interesting. And, you know, collecting accreditations to meet with other people at the UN building and so forth. And my team, I call them my team because we are sort of a weather family all over the world. We got people from Bulgaria, you know, WMO, World Meteorological Organization, are the guys that organize it for all of us to meet and interact and actually be involved in the climate summit.
And that's why I said you're more than just a weatherman, because you're a qualified meteorologist and you were discussing critical issues affecting not only South Africa but the world at large that are looming if the world doesn't do something.
Yeah, exactly. And we were really talking about some of the issues that are facing us in terms of climate change and what governments should be doing, you know. And we are not trying to be, you know, a policy bias or anything. We are just trying to inform policymakers on how they can actually incorporate climate science and teach people about climate change and global warming and how it affects them.
And another one of our team who was there, Peter Ndoro, he was there in his personal capacity. But I must tell you, he came back raving about you. He was like, no, Tsietsi had things on lockdown. He was there, commanding attention, very knowledgeable, very skilled. How did you fit into the program?
Yes, like I said, with WMO, they asked me to be a moderator of a thematic session that they organized there. So WMO, along with UNITA as well as UNESCO, so those are United Nations affiliates, and they hosted a thematic session on climate science. So we had a nice panel, a really great panelist with a president in it co-chairing. We had president of Mongolia as well as the president of I think Guyana. Yeah, so they were there and everybody was just discussing climate change issues. We had people from Water Aid, we had professors from IPCC as well talking to us about climate change and basically how to get the message across and how to inform people at home on how to deal, especially when it comes to mitigation and adaptation of climate change issues. And that's pretty much where I fit in. I was the moderator, I was leading the panelists, creating the scenario and letting them speak because they're the people with the knowledge and, you know, they're more experienced than I did.
No, I can see that you were not there for holiday, eh? No. Mitigation, adaptation. Listen, very quickly, we are running out of time. It's time for us to say goodbye. What was the way forward? What are some of the outcomes?
Okay, we'll take one that was actually put out by Ban Ki-moon, who said, you know, it is time for these governments to actually make pledges. And what happened was François Hollande, the president of France, he came up with a $1 billion contribution that he said, this is going towards climate science and this is going towards climate change. And we're also going to cut our carbon footprint, and carbon pricing or carbon taxes are also going to be implemented. So a lot of nations are sort of engaging as well, and they're trying to reduce their carbon footprint. And also businesses, big business are also interested and they want to do this. That's where Peter Ndoro was. We had there was a private sector luncheon, and that's where he was getting all these big business guys. Al Gore was there, Leonardo DiCaprio was there, and everybody's just geared up to talk about climate change and make sure, you know, we reduce our impact.
Love it. And Peter says he was too shy to take a selfie with those people because he didn't want to seem like a groupie. I nearly called you Peter. Paul, so related. Thank you so much for that. And I'm so glad that you not only represented South Africa so well, but Morning Live, we were all shining because of you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so very much for that. More than just a weatherman. We're going to leave it there for now with hopefully the music of Ralph Gunn and Monique Bingham playing us out. Sharp, sharp, face it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.